Hey guys, Adam here. I know it's been quite a while since I've posted anything to this channel, and it's just because I haven't really had a reason to. But the new Tempest weather system that iRacing has given me an opportunity to revisit some things that I've created and shared in the past. And today I'm going to do a bit of a long-term review on the Precision Sim Engineering Pro switch panel. This is still the beta test unit that has been on my rig since roughly October of 2022. It is the only peripheral that continues to stay on my rig. I've had a lot of different button boxes that I've tested over the years, shifters, push-to-talk buttons, wheels, I don't know, you name it, I've probably tested it out. Right now I'm currently testing the SimHub Active pedals. I've got so many pedals I've tested, it's kind of sad at this point, but this thing has stayed. I have swapped out the decals on this a whole bunch of times. I have beaten on it out of frustration, and it still looks brand new, and this is the beta unit. There's some dust in there from the last time I swapped out the stickers, but that's all right. Okay, so we've got Tempest. So we've got a new LED profile for this thing. I've remapped all of the buttons. This is my universal iRacing only profile that I use for both oval and road. And I think this is really well refined enough to this point where I am more than happy to share it out with you guys. So I'm going to run through this real fast. We'll demo how the LEDs work inside of a test session here, since it is 12 hours of Sebring week in iRacing. This makes it easy, and then I will walk through some macros that you need to know, and that's it. So first and foremost, down here in this corner on the old profile used to be the kill LEDs. It would shut off all the LEDs, and that became a problem because you had to reprogram it for your unit, and I just got rid of that. I'm using all of these buttons are all mapped in iRacing, and so no more kill LED function built into SimHub. So fail, that's my tow button. Ignition, starter. Fail is set to blink when the engine is running and speed is at 0, just to catch my eye, especially if I've binned it and I have a meatball flag and need to tow. Just makes it a little easier for me to see that button in my peripheral. Up here, clear all pit service flags. Across the bottom, the ones that are already lit up. Unfortunately, the camera is kind of washing out the colors. I apologize. Delta lets me cycle through the various Delta options. That is huge for me in practice. I love that. The all-important voice chat mute, that will always be bound. And then 3 different black box shortcuts. So fuel, tires, and relative. Map those how you want, and those 3 are just, these are all static colors when the engine is on. So because we're in the pits, I can't clear these flags, or I need the pit service flags to reset. So we're going to roll out, and you're going to see what's going to happen here. So right now I've rolled out of the pits. Pit flags are no longer cleared. We automatically default to 4 tires, dry, and a windscreen tear off. So we're going to stop here. We're going to clear the pit service flags, shut off the engine. So pit service flags are cleared right now. Now if I want to do 4 tires, there we go. 4 tires, and I know that they're going to be dry because option 1 is green. If I want to switch to rain tires, option 2, that's supposed to be blue, but the camera's washing it out. If I just want to do... See, there's a ridiculous bug that is happening right now, where sometimes I can't clear the flags, and I don't know if it's iRacing or SimHub, but if I just want to do left tires, or if I just want to do right tires, it tells me that I'm doing dries. Now if I push the wets, it defaults, because it's changing tire compounds from dry to wet, it defaults to swapping out all 4. I can't just do right side and wet. Thankfully, iRacing devs were smart enough to not allow that, because you'd be pretty stupid if you did that. Let's just be honest. I've got windscreen tear off map down here, and one of the neat things that I did with this profile is if you hit the tear off but there's no tires being changed, that will go red. Or if you just have fuel but no tires because you're in an IMSA sprint or a VRS session, you don't need to change tires. That just stays red to let you know no tires or will be changed at your pit stop. Left and right tires only, as I have mentioned. Now you will see here this row is all for fuel. Because I'm in an iRacing practice session, session, these fuel lights won't work because they require auto fuel to be enabled for the session, and auto fuel by default is not enabled in any iRacing practice session because there's no way for it to calculate how much fuel you would actually need, and we're good to go. But if you want to just clear fuel but change tires, that's how clear fuel is mapped. That's my auto fuel button, and then increment in 0.2 of a lap increments up or down for auto fuel. I do love having these mapped. GT3 at Daytona in an IMSA session, you might need more than one extra lap of fuel depending on what the leaders, the faster classes are doing. I've often found times at like 2.5 extra laps of fuel, and this just helps me get there really quickly because then I can bounce over to the fuel black box with that one button, adjust it, and then get back to my relative and be done. Now, I've still got this mapped to black box controls. I know you can't see the black box right now, but it is moving. And then this one is just mapped to my replay controls. So play, pause, stop, yada, yada, yada. You don't need to know all of that stuff. So let's get out of the car in iRacing. And let's, come on, exit out of the car. There we go. All right, we're out of the car. Let's go through some macros real quick. In the option menu, under controls, auto fuel toggle, which is mapped to the button I showed earlier, increment and decrement. Map those if you wish. And then if you go to options, we can see here, these are the macros that I have mapped for this LED profile. So we're just going to run through the list real quick. Clear, clears everything, clears all the pit service flags. Minus fuel, clears just the fuel flags. Minus T, clears just the tire flags. T without the minus, all 4 tires. Now this is where we've got the cool new features thanks to a really awesome iRacing dev whose name escapes me right now, and I wanted to credit him for this, but I'm drawing a complete blank and I apologize. TC1, TC2, those are not traction control, those are tire compounds, and they go in the order that you would find them in the black box. So thankfully for cars that only offer dry and rain compounds, dry is always going to be TC1, wet will be TC2. Don't confuse that with traction control. That is tire compound. That's how I've got them mapped down here in the LED profile. Windscreen tear off, left for left side tires, R for right side tires only. So if you are using this profile and you want to copy the button mapping exactly the way I have it, you will need to map these as well. I don't have anything else mapped. I don't have a need to have anything else mapped for macros. Maybe one day I'll come up with something really cool and we'll go from there. But that's it. Short, sweet, absolutely loving my Pro Switch panel with the new LED profile that I've created. I've been using it for oval, for road ever since Tempest dropped, and I know it's only been a couple of weeks that we've had it, but I'm really happy with the way this thing sits. Hopefully you are too. If you are, let me know in the comments. I will try to keep up on those. I apologize to those who've been commenting on old videos and I haven't gotten to it. I'm busy. I only do this for fun, just to help out the community, and so I do the best I can. But if you message me in Discord, easy enough to find there. It's the same username in Discord as this channel. I usually am much better to respond there, and you can find me in the SimHub Discord and just about every other sim racing manufacturer Discord. Just make sure you tag me if you've got a specific question or send me a DM, and I will get back to you much quicker there than I will here. So that's it. That's all I've got for today. Have fun out there, be safe, and we'll see you in the next race.